Blah, y'all already know what it is. Your boy Yaakov, what it do? The outlet to reality, the holders podcast in Vegas and Chicago. What up? This is the place where you want to hide from your drama or maybe hide from your baby mama. I'm just kidding. But anyways, fans, thank you for staying tuned. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Choo-choo. And today we have a very special guest, my cousin, my brother. Give it up for my boy Kenny. Woo!
Thank you.
Oh
Glad
man.
to be here.
Of course, fam. I'm happy you're here, man. It was hard to get you, man. I know you're a busy guy, man. You know, you're always traveling, so I had to fly you back. You know what I'm saying? But I want to do say, fam, for people that don't know, so me and Kenny, we go way back. His older brother, Ubaldo, we're like almost the same age, and we grew up as kids. We went to the same synagogue, and then Kenny, he's been really close to me, one of my closest, to be honest, family. And I do want to share. So I had like a little event. I had about like five girls, two guys, and it was a nice little get together, right? A lot of different people, walks of life. And me and my brother Kenny, we were just having a good time, taking a few shots, eating pizza. You can't go wrong. And the coolest part is that the end of the night, me, Kenny, Gabby, Noor, and Amira stayed up till after the party. We were there till like I think like 4 in the morning, just talking about life, about our father and stuff like that. It was very intimate, very deep stuff, man. I even had the chills, and it was so cool because it was a moment that I felt like we were all bonding, and most of us we didn't know each other except for like Kenny and Noor and me. We're like really tight. We're like almost like siblings. We're like real tight. With Noor, she's like my sister. Kenny more like my brother too. So we're like tight. And I thought that was really interesting, no lie. And craziest event. I'm always bragging about it, always popping. And fam, what about you? What do you remember that night?
That night, I thought the night was. I had a good time. I had a good time throughout the whole night. Just drinking. Being there. It was a good social environment. And at the end, like everybody was just like spilling, their life. And honestly, it felt like comfortable. It was comfortable, just talking about the past and stuff with other people who kind of went through the same experiences and whatnot.
That was deep, man. That's deep. I'm happy, brother. And I do want to say, man, so my fans get to know you a little bit more, Kenny. Tell us like what are you doing right now, fam? And like if you go to school, what are you studying? Like tell like your hobbies, like so we get to know more about you, brother. And your family too, you know.
So yeah, like you said, I went to the synagogue with you for like the very beginning of my life. That's a lot of that I do remember, and a lot of that I don't. But I do remember, just being with my god siblings and with you. Right now, I had just finished my first year of college at NIU, like an hour and 30 minutes away from Chicago. And yeah, I'm like coming back. I'm gonna transfer out just because I don't know. I couldn't do it. I find it kind of hard just being away from home. And and I got a job, so I'm working right now, and doing the parties on the side. It's like a little side hustle or whatever.
Oh man. And brother, if you could talk about a little bit like why do you want to leave NIU? Like I heard it's a party school, but what's the real truth, man? Because you were there for a minute. Why you want to leave? Like, please spill the beans. Don't be shy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. I mean, maybe like pre-COVID, it was a party school. But when I got there, I'm not gonna lie, it was so boring. It was so boring. The parties were weak. I mean, there was cool people, like hella cool people. The school itself, like the campus, is really nice. I like it. It's like super cool. But it's just like I mean, don't go there if you want to party. Like that's all I gotta say. Just the parties were dead. There's 10 people max per frat house.
Whoa,
It's no Urbana, that's for sure.
damn, brother. And that's crazy, fam. That's really crazy. And what are you trying to study? What are you trying to study, Primo?
Growing up, like I've always switched what I wanted to be in the future. I used to want to be an astronaut, and then I wanted to be a DJ, and then a chef. But I've I've settled down, and I'm thinking it's either between a business major, or if like I decide that maybe school isn't for me, then an electrician. Probably go into that.
Oh wow. They make a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie, family. You electrician, you're gonna be stacking with money. I might need you to fix my cable because a lot of viruses, a lot of pages pop out and try to hide. You know what I'm saying? But well, fam, that's pretty dope, man. Now I do want to share a memory we had together, right? Well, before I share that, I do want to say, man, your father is an amazing person, man. I do have to point this out. One of my friends, his name is Hamid, used to be my co-host for the show. His light in the back went out, and he was like, "Hey, man, you know anybody that can help me with my light?" And we're like, "Yeah, yeah." And so we went to see, Israel, which is your father, my uncle. We went to go see him, and I was like, Israel, you think how my boy, his light ain't working? It's just one of the light bulb. He just needs a new one. And your father was so nice. He put the new light bulb. He's like, man, it took me 2 seconds. He's like, that was the easiest thing ever. He goes, he goes, look, man, you don't worry about it. Tell your friend he ain't gotta pay me. You good, fam, and I better see you on Shabbat. I said, I got you, uncle. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And you know what I'm saying? But it was so nice. Like I never forgot that. It was the nicest thing ever. And that's to show the world that, your father has a really good heart. You know what I'm saying? He's a great listener. He listens. Like even if I talk to him about anything, he always gives me good um advice about life. Like, hey man, you should do this when you go out with the girl, make sure you don't be cheap. You know what I'm saying? He's like, don't be cheap. Make sure you a gentleman. I said, thank you, thank you, thank you, uncle. And that's a lot of stuff I could share. And I'm happy he's closer with the fam, with my mom and everyone. And brother, what about you? What's the thing that you are very anything you could think of like memories of childhood that you could remember of your father?
Well, growing up, like my dad's always been like a hardworking man, and so I never really got to see him throughout the day, just because he would always be working. But the only times I would see him would be the morning and then the night when he would come home. Like in the morning, he would drop us off like to school, but before that, he would always wake us up, get us up from our bed, even though we didn't want to. He'd be like, "Come on, let's go, let's get up. We got school to go to," and he would just be playing his music, like the old songs, throwback songs, or whatever. And now anytime like I would listen to, I don't know, like uh, what is it, Hotel California, Careless Whisper, all those type of songs, like I would like think about him and how he would play it, and then at night. More when I was younger, like let's say like 5 to 10, it would just be like on all the whole family on the TV, like just watching it, watching their Mexican programs and stuff like that. And it was something that I look back on, and I don't know. I wish I could have like been more present in that moment, just take it more for granted
I
and
feel
stuff
you.
like.
I feel you. That was deep, man. That was deep, man. That's real stuff, man. I do want to say, man, what people don't know is that like your dad's very smart. He's very smart, bro. He know a lot about cars. Like I don't know anybody like that. Like he'll break it down. He'd be like, all right, so the calculations when you break it down, you turn it. I was like, damn man, you know that. I say I failed algebra. You know what I'm saying? I failed it. And but he's so smart, man. I gotta give him a lot of love, a lot of support. And but I do want to say, fam, bro, just to go a little bit to the side. So one thing I remember when you came over, you spend the night. I think it was like one of the first times you spend the night at the crib, and we actually stayed in the same room. And we put the movie. I said, "Look, cuz you gotta watch this. This movie is gonna be the best horror, funny movie ever." He's like, "Which one?" I said, "Freddy versus Jason." I said, "When I was young, this movie was a hit. Now I got to show you the good stuff." So I made you watch it, watch the whole thing, man. In my laptop, I remember, and we're watching it, and you're like, "Damn, man, that's crazy." Ooh, ah. It was just a lot of action, and and I want to see, fam, if you remember that night, anything you could remember the movie, what you think about it.
I never really liked watching old movies. I don't know. I just can't do it. Yeah, I kind of find it hard, but that movie it was enjoyable. I liked it, and it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting more of like a scary suspense type of stuff, but I really enjoyed how it was like kind of goofy, and because I feel like Freddy Krueger's character kind of made it goofy, you know. He'd be cracking his jokes or whatever, or his one liners and stuff, trying to kill Jason and stuff. I like it was a good action drama, horror, whatever it was. I liked it. It was a good movie.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now I'm gonna pick at your brain. Did you see the Batman versus Superman?
I don't think so. Like I watched parts of it, but I can't really say I watched the whole thing.
Okay, but I'm gonna be honest. It was the worst movie I ever saw. I fell asleep. That's how bad it was. So I felt like Batman and Superman, they only fought in the entire movie.
Mm.
And I feel like they should have looked at the classic, like Freddy versus Jason, how they fought the entire movie. They should have took that and learned from it and applied it, and they didn't. And that movie did terrible at the box office. It didn't make a lot of money like they thought. And I was like, man, they messed up, bro. I wanted to see Batman almost like dying and Superman taking him to space. That would have been like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something that was like unexpected. And I was kind of disappointed, fam. I got hurt, man. My blood sugar went up, I was just like but I just had to share that, fam. But anyways, look, man, we gotta talk about your parties. Please, please, man. For those who ever saw Project X, my boy does it 10 times better. I ain't gonna lie. My boy's been doing it for a minute, okay? And he has some funny stories. Brother, before you get into the party, can you please tell us this story? It's so funny. The story of the time when you went to the party and the girl kind of ignored you. You remember what I'm trying to tell you? You remember that? If
Uh,
you could spill, can you spill the cheese at least, man? Because it was so funny. Because I'm gonna be honest, you were like a gangster. I ain't gonna lie, brother. I mean, but please, brother, please, brother. What can you tell us?
it started with this party that we threw. So like my group is LHP. I got like a tattoo right here. I don't know if you could see it.
Is it real?
Yeah, like
Damn, brother, you real? You really got a tattoo? I'm shocked. You see?
just real quick, like I got another one too.
Whoa, damn, Primo. That looks like the Aztec. Is it Aztec?
Yeah, it's the Aztec calendar or the sun was the Aztec.
Wow.
But so basically, me and my group we throw parties, and this was like I want to say like the fifth or the sixth one, and we had this idea of a blast from the past, and so you know we were having you know the 80s, 90s, 70s theme things around the whole party. And at the beginning of the party, before it even starts, I see these two girls, and along with like one of my friends, and they're there, and I'm like, okay, like this girl's pretty, stuff like that. And then as it goes on, like people are getting in, and then I'm outside chilling in the front, helping out with the entrance, making sure everyone's paying and stuff. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go inside real quick. I go inside, and then this girl, she's all like, "Did you pay? Did you pay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, all right, I'm part of the group. Like, I'm not trying to flex or nothing. I'm part of the group." And she's like, "Oh, I just wanted to make sure." And I was like, "Oh, but I appreciate you like helping and stuff like that." And it's like I was like, I had my hand out, like we were holding hands and stuff. And I was like, okay, like feel like this girl's feeling me because like she's like we're staring for a while into each other's eyes. And then oh by the way, like at the time I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. But at the time I was talking to this girl, and and so yeah. So then as it goes on, like I forgot how like we just started talking, me and this girl. And then like at the party we're dancing together, and because I was looking for the girl that I was talking to because she had texted me, but she had gotten like super drunk to the point where she was dancing with like this middle beam, this middle column, like in between everybody and stuff like that. And but I didn't see her. I didn't see none of that. And then we have another party. It's the Hawaiian theme. And then there, the girl that I go to, the girl that I'm talking to, my bad. She goes to the party. And then we're dancing and stuff, and I'm I'm like sober, and she's gone, like completely gone, like completely wasted. And I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to be like seen with this girl, like she's just super gone. So then I go back to like what I usually do. I always sell drinks at all my parties and stuff like that. And then I see the girl. I'm gonna call her V for the podcast. I see V standing by herself, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go walk up to her. And I walk up to her. We start talking and everything. And, we're chilling throughout the night. And then I go out because at one point I think we said like that the cops were coming in or something. And then the girl that I'm talking to, she's walking out holding the hand of like some other dude. And then she sees me because I'm just out there like watching everybody go. And she lets go of his hand, and she's like, "Oh, no, 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 it's not even what it looks like. It was my cousin. Like, I'll see you later," and stuff like that. And I was just like, all right, whatever. Like, I don't really care. Because I mean, I really didn't.
Right.
And then she leaves, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna like be with V for the rest of the night. So then, I'm chilling at the bar, and she's like sitting on my lap and stuff. And then the girl, the girl that I was talking to comes back, and then she just starts crying, and I'm like, I'm so embarrassed. Like this is like probably one of the most embarrassing moments like of my life. I'm joking. And then she sees, and then V gets up, and then she goes inside, and then later she comes out, and in front of like all of my friends, she's like, "You were talking to," we're gonna call her Jay. She was like, "You were talking to Jay. You know that's my friend. You're messed up for that." And everybody was just like, "Damn!" They were all laughing and stuff, and I was just like, "Damn!" Like I wasn't even embarrassed about my friends, so I was just embarrassed that like I even did that. Like, it was low key bogus. But anyways, Jay stopped talking to me after that. Completely ignored me. Oh, and V did, by the way, until like a month later, where this other party group, they're called Mud Boys. They had a party, So me and all my homies, we decided to go, and we pull up to the party, and I see her, like, and I see that she's like chilling with one of like the party group hosts, and I'm just like, oh, and then I see Jay at the party too, and I'm like, I wanted to apologize for what happened, and she was like, it's whatever, like I moved on, and I was like, okay, and
And
then V, like out of nowhere, like while I'm talking to my friend, she's like, I want to talk to you over there. And I was like, all right. And then we're there, and she's just telling me basically she just tells me, she was like, that was like, what's wrong with you? Like that was really messed up what you did. Like I don't even know why you would do that. And then she was like, you see every other dude here? And I was like, yeah. And she said, I'm gonna dance with every single one except you. And
dang. Sorry, brother. I had to say that. I had to say it.
I was like, I mean, I guess like I don't really care. Like we weren't anything, and it was just like a little party fling or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then the party ends and stuff because the cops are always shutting down the parties. So that's like if I say like the party ends, it's because like the cops came. And then she ended up needing a ride. So then me and my boy, we go pick up her and her friend, and we go to like some park, and we're talking, me and her, and she's just basically, I don't know, she was acting like she was in a Disney Channel show or something.
Why?
Because at one point, like I try to kiss her, and then she's also going into, and she's just like, no, I can't do this. This isn't right. I was like, dude, just say no. You don't want to like. It's like you don't gotta do all of that.
Uh-huh.
And then she was like, it's just so messed up, like what you did. And I was like, to be honest, like I didn't say nothing when you were trying to get at my boy while we were like, talking and doing like dancing with each other at my party, at the first party we met. But she was also like, she was basically doing what I was doing, just like getting in people and stuff like that. And then she was just like, all right, my fault. Like from then, I haven't talked to her. It was just yeah, like it was. When I think about her, I just think about like how embarrassed I was like in that moment, like when she told me off in front of my friends.
That's crazy, man. I gotta be honest. That's pretty great. But I gotta give you props, man. You handle it like a man. You played it cool, and I think that's what made you stand out because she wanted to get a reaction from you, and you didn't give it to her. You played it cool, and I think that's important. You always gotta, handle yourself and not take things personal. I think that's the secret to life. I think you did a good job, and I like that you're an honest person. That's real talk, fam. Funny thing that happened, man. I go out, right? This is a true story, right? I went out and I went to this club, right? This funniest thing. My guy is dancing, I'm dancing, and this pretty Hispanic chick comes up and she tells me, "Hey, let's dance." And I'm an idiot. Instead of dancing with her, I dance away from her. And then I was like, dude, what a dumb move. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little tipsy. I was like, what a dumb move. It was the worst thing happened, man. I was like, damn, I messed up for real. But I gotta admit that I try to tell a lot of us young people right here is that what I've learned, I came up with a formula. One of my guys, he's a psychology major, and he told me something that's really rare, or real, that I didn't know about. That when you go out to a party or you go to the club and you see a group of girls, right? Maybe let's just say three. The one that is the baddest one from the three, I learned to not go to them first because you'll get rejected. Every dude that goes up to the pretty one, right? The really, really pretty, tall, whatever, when they go up to her, they're like, hey girl, let me buy you a drink. Let's go dance. Say no. And I guarantee 8 or 10 dudes or more have done the same thing. So you don't stand out. So there's two ways. What I found out that works is go to the one that's her friend, right? No matter what, how she looks, you go to the friend, you talk to her for a little bit, and then you tell her to dance. So what I've learned is I started dancing with her. Watch this. Ding, 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 that, that. Like I'm breaking it down. We're dancing, and then she tells her friend, hey, the pretty one, hey, go dance with David or Yaakov or Kenny. He know how to dance. Boom. I'm already in. Now I'm dancing with the pretty one. And the crazy thing from this formula that I've learned is like it's kind of like a pyramid. You gotta work your way up. Is that they end up buying me drinks. I've never once, and this is a true story. You can ask all my friends, my coworker. I've never bought a girl a drink. Never. At any club, any party, at a bar, I never buy them a drink. And the crazy thing is, they always buy me drinks because I stand out. I'm different. Here's another example. I'm gonna give you one more different where I beat the odds. I went to a club in Chicago. This is a while back, and there was two pretty girls. And one girl, she had 8 dudes come up and bought her a drink. She had probably like 8 models in her table, and she's standing. And they all said, "Hey, girl, let me take you to dance." Yeah, 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 yeah. Pop, 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 pop. And she goes, "Nah, I'm good." And they all got rejected. And you know what I said? I went up to her and I said to the pretty one, I said, "Hey, girl, I'm gonna be honest. They're a bunch of idiots trying to buy you a drink. I ain't gonna lie." And she's like, "Yeah, you're right." I said, "Hey, can I be honest with you? I'm getting kind of thirsty. You think I could get one of those beers?" I don't think you're gonna finish them all. She's like, "You so funny." She's like, "Yeah, you could get one beer." I said, "Thank you." And I said, "Let's go. Cheers." Cheers. She did it with me and we said salud, right? And she saw that I was different. I'm making her laugh. I made her feel comfortable. We ended up dancing, and it was so cool. It was like the dopest thing, and that's what I'm saying. You gotta stand out. You can't be the creep. You can't be like trying to be like a follower. I always notice that if you stand out, they're gonna respect you more. And the main thing is you want to make them feel comfortable, and at the same time, you wanna show them you know how to have fun. I think that's the main thing. If you act too like direct and serious, it ain't gonna work out. You gotta learn how to flirt. But yeah, that's something I had to share, fam. It's kind of funny, but I had to share this. But look, it looks like the timer about to kick me out. But look, guys, this is the outlet to reality, the oldest podcast in Vegas and Chicago every Tuesday. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Chit. Y'all know where to find me. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, the outlet to reality. Snapchat's take one, pass it. And my TikTok is at Yaakov28. And Kenny, where can my fans find you?
I mean, if you're interested in like partying and stuff like that, on Instagram, LHPP_7. If you wanna go for a good time and stuff like that. But my personal is Kenny.Garcia34.